الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى خصوصا على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه وذرياته أجمعين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان وقال الله تعالى في مقام الآخر يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم إنه تعالى جواد كريم ملك بر رؤوف رحيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed people with many gifts, favors, and when we look all around us, we see the splendor and mind-boggling complexity in the universe. And when we look at it, it is so dazzling, it is so impressive, it is so complex that most of people just give up thinking about it, seriously. And they just say, well, no, it's just happened by itself over billions and billions of years. We just can't understand the complexity and the grandeur of it, that we can't imagine who could have created this. We can't imagine the creator of this complex and vast universe. And it makes people, it drives them away from the reality and the truth and from accepting the fact that, well, our minds are not big enough to comprehend this almighty creator. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Ar-Rahman says, Ar-Rahman, the most kind, is the one who taught the glorious Quran. Ar-Rahman, Allama al-Quran. The most kind taught the Quran. Taught the Quran. Just think about that. Ar-Rahman, the most kind, taught the Quran. Ar-Rahman allama al-Quran. Khalaqa al-insana allamahu al-bayan. Created human beings and taught them how to speak, how to communicate, how to be eloquent, how to express themselves. Khalaqa al-insana allamahu al-bayan. You know, each one of those things, the creation of mankind, humanity, teaching them how to communicate. All of these are fascinating things. How do we communicate? How do we make language? What is language? What are these words? Where did they come from? Okay? How has it developed in this way? How are we able to communicate the meanings, messages, subtle messages, gross and open and implicit and explicit messages? How are we able to do that? It's so complicated. We still don't understand. I mean, neuroscientists and psychologists and people who do that kind of research are far from understanding how our mind works. Allamahu al-bayan. And then ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bihusban. He created the sun and the moon according to a precise calculation, according to a precise measurement. It's very interesting here, why mention Husban? Why measure this precise calculation and measurement here? He created sun and moon. Would have been enough, wouldn't it? But this is the fascination. This is the beauty and the greatness of the glorious Quran. It's telling us something very important, and of course, scientists are now beginning to understand, for example, the moon. We see this moon and we admire its beauty, particularly on the 14th of each month, when it shines brightly. Okay? But the moon is far more than that. The moon actually is responsible for life on earth. If there was no moon, there would be no life on earth. It's amazing. Just imagine what brings about the tides. The moon. Because of its weak gravity, it pulls the earth. But what can it pull? It can't pull much other than the sea. So it makes the seas, surge. It makes the tides in the sea. Why is that important? Well, have you ever seen ponds? Have you seen ponds? And particularly if the water hasn't been changed in those ponds, or if you've got a fish tank, eh? If you've got a fish tank and you haven't changed the water, you haven't cleaned it, what happens after 7-8 days? Oh, the fish dies, yeah, that's right. What else? What happens to your room? It smells, yes. Stagnant water, still water, obviously cannot entertain life. And this is what would happen. 2/3 of the earth, which is the sea, would become this smelly, dirty pond. No life. But then, not only that, but because it's got planktons which produce oxygen, there would be no oxygen. So no animals could live. No respiration could take place. Even plants couldn't live because they need oxygen as well. Okay? So I hope you can see something that you thought was there for decoration. It's not just for decoration. In fact, the face of the moon is full of craters. It also actually acts as a shield, a defense. The rocks that are hurling from the space, actually hit the moon. And that is why it's full of craters. And there are many other reasons why the moon is so important. But if it was another, say, a few hundred miles closer to the Earth, what would happen? It will begin to slow down the Earth's movement. The Earth would spin slower. The day would get far longer, which would mean what? Life would become very difficult on Earth because it would be too hot. And the nights would be short. And nothing could recover. So, what you thought was, and if it was slightly further away, just imagine a few hundred miles away, what would happen? It wouldn't have the effect on the sea. It would lose its effect on the sea. So there would be no tides, there would be no life. Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bihusban. He created the sun and the moon according to a precise measurement. Subhanallah. Say that. Glory be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now tell me, those who say that this happened by chance, how long would it have taken for something to happen like that it is exactly in the right place, exactly the right size, exactly the right distance? Impossible. This is the designer. This is Allah, the Musawwir, the designer. This is Allah, the Khaliq, the creator, the Ja'il, the one who makes things. Okay? And then who is able to fashion them. The mightiest engineer you can imagine. The greatest technologist you can think of. That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bihusban. And I wanted to point out to you why Allah doesn't just say He created sun and moon. No. Giving us this very important scientific thing, something which only today we are beginning to understand. What is this precise measurement in which Allah has created this? Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bihusban. Wal-najmu wal-shajaru yasjudan. This is interesting. The stars and the trees bow before Allah. How do they bow before Allah? Of course, here it's a metaphor. The bowing is a metaphor here to express that they do what we tell them to do. I am the creator. I am their maker. I tell them, and I have ordained. I have made them in that way. They have no choice. طَوْءً وَقَرْهًا. Willy-nilly, they do what I tell them to do. Okay? وَالنَّجْمُ وَالشَّجَرُ يَسْجُدَانِ. And then it goes on to tell us that, he then raised the sky. He raised the sky and established the scales of justice. وَأَقِيمُ الْوَزْنَ. This is really interesting, this idea of balance. There is a balance in Allah's creation. And why does Allah talk about balance? Why this harmony? That's what a balance is. Justice is also about balance, isn't it? You've got to be fair to both parties. You have to weigh the pros and cons. You have to weigh all the evidence, okay? And it has to be properly and accurately weighed. As though, Allah says, in creation we have created a balance. And today, the whole of ecology and the idea of ecosystems and the Green Party, for example, this political party which is campaigning for what? Well, they campaign for, let us bring balance back to the nature. Because human beings have upset that balance by emitting so much millions of tons of carbon dioxide every year. We have upset the natural balance. So as a consequence, there is now a blanket on top of the earth, which is now preventing the escaping of heat. As a consequence, the temperature is rising. What have human beings done? They've upset that balance, okay? And the Quran says, we have established a balance. There is a beautiful balance in nature, Nature has its beautiful balance. وَأَقِيمُ الْوَزْنَ بِالْقِسْطِ. Then the Quran says, therefore, be just and fair. وَأَقِيمُ الْوَزْنَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا تُخْسِرُ الْمِيزَانَ. Don't interfere with this balance. Don't interfere with this. Now, not just the balance in the nature, out there in nature, but in yourselves, in your families, in your own personality. And this is what goes wrong with human beings. When Allah taqaw fil mizan, those who disturb the balance, those who commit crime, what have they done? They have disturbed the balance. There is a balance that you do not take others' property. You do not damage others' property. You do not damage and you do not hurt others. There is that natural balance. When that balance is broken, Allah tukhsirul mizan, the Quran says, don't disturb the balance that we have created. And sadly, modern lifestyle is also one of those that disturbs the human balance. There is an imbalance between life and work today. People overwork, and as a consequence, their private life, their family lives, and their personality and their bodies suffer badly. Okay? Therefore, they become demented. Therefore, they become completely out of touch. Yes, when I say demented, I don't mean, I mean it in reality, yes. People who do not pay attention to the reality of Allah, those are intoxicated. There's something wrong with them. The Quran calls them sufahat, okay? Because they are now immersed. They are intoxicated. They are drunk in the world. They are drunk with materialism, material things. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Allah tataghaw fil mizan wa aqimul wazna bil qist. Establish that balance very bil qist, fairly, with care and and with understanding. Wa aqimul wazna bil qist wa la tukhsirul mizan. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He created the earth for living creatures and supplying them fruits and date trees with sheathed bunches, husked grains and fragrant flowers. وَالْحَبُّ ذُو الْعَصْفِ وَالرَّيْحَانِ فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So which favors, which gifts of your Lord will you then deny? So which gifts of your Lord will you then deny? This refrain, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, is repeated 31 times in this surah. And it's repeated 31 times, but it is always repeated after mentioning two gifts. Okay? وَالْحَبُّ ذُو الْعَصْفِ وَالرَّيْحَانِ. Okay? The grains which are husked, sheathed, there's a covering on the grains. That's one gift. The next one is ar-rayhan, the beautiful, fragrant flowers. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Which favors of your Lord will you then deny? خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ صَلْصَالٍ كَالْفَخَّارِ وَخَلَقَ الْجَانَ مِنْ مَارِجٍ مِنْ نَارٍ فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. He created human beings from clay. But the Quran describes this clay as خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ صَلْصَالٍ. From clay, but what kind of clay? Al-fakhar, like pottery. It's a very interesting word, this fakhara. Fakhara in Arabic means, to boast, to shout about your greatness and your bigging yourself up, making a lot of noise. What does an empty pot do when you knock on it? If it's made of clay, it makes a lot of noise. Okay, it makes a lot of noise. Kal-fakhar. As though this is sadly, we human beings, and those who deny Allah in particular, when they talk, they just make a lot of noise. Empty noise, like an empty vessel. Empty vessel meaning, aql nahi hai. They've lost. It's empty there. Ya Allah, these are Nobel Prize winners. They are the most intelligent, absolute geniuses, Ya Allah. No, Allah says, Umus-sufaha. They are fools. Summun bukmun umyun fahum la yaqilun. They are deaf, dumb, blind. They have no aql. They have no. Ya Allah, how come? Ya Allah, they are geniuses. They won the Nobel Prize. There is no one intelligent. There's only 1 out of 1,000,000 like them in terms of their genius and their intellect. They think so clearly. They can come up with the theories of relativity. They can explain the most exquisite and the most minute and complex theories, Ya Allah. No, the Quran keeps on coming back saying, Summun bukmun umyun fahum la yaqilun. They are deaf, dumb, blind. They have no aql. Ya Allah, how come? Because they can't see the reality. They can't recognize. They are dazzled. What are they? What does dazzling mean? Dazzling isn't darkness, Dazzling is too much light. When too much light strikes you, you become blinded. These people are dazzled. They have been dazzled, therefore they are blind. That is why their aql now doesn't work. It cannot see the reality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, and this is why Allah here is in a way saying, look at the خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ صَلْصَالٍ. We made him from the clay, meaning from the elements of the earth. Okay? And yet, he is so arrogant. Like the pot, he makes noise. وَخَلَقَ الْجَانَ مِنْ مَارِجٍ مِنْ نَارٍ. And these jinns, who also deny us, we made them from the smokeless fire. And then, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. After mentioning two gifts, Allah says, so which favors of your Lord will you then deny? It's a very beautiful surah of the glorious Quran. I've given you a translation. Those of you who haven't got it, do take it and, just read. And it's just amazing. Of course, then it goes on to talk about what will be the consequence of those who believe. Jannah talks about the beauty. It's got a beautiful scenes of Jannah, the delights and the joys of paradise, the beatific vision. And then it talks about hell as well, the awfulness of it, the torment of it, the pain and the scourge and the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the form of hell. It mentions these people who have become blind. Let's pray that Allah opens our eyes. Okay? And the point I wanted to really point out was Ar-Rahman. the most kind. What did it start with? Allamal. First thing, it taught the Quran. As though in the sight of Allah, in the sight of the Quran, in the sight of Islam, this is the biggest thing, the Quran for you. This is the open book, which opens your eyes and mind to the reality, okay? It doesn't say first look at the sun and the moon. It mentions it later, but it says, look, we're giving you a device. We are giving you a tool by which you can open. If you don't have this tool, it doesn't matter if you're Einstein. It doesn't matter if you are Pauli. It doesn't matter if you are Newton. You will remain blind. You will not. This will only open when you use the Ar-Rahman Allama al-Quran. The most kind taught the glorious Quran. Key to our understanding. My dear brothers, our children, I remind you to come to the Quran. Understand this great book. This is the key. This is the miftah. This is the aqleed. It has not one key but many keys. If you look at the plumber's toolbox, it's full of all kinds of weird and wonderful tools. And if he doesn't have one of them, he won't be able to do his job. Okay? This is the key. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open our hearts and minds to this glorious book. And may He make it easy for us to understand. May we not be like those who are dazzled and blinded and therefore become deaf and dumb, but those who are ulul albab, the Quran calls them, people of love, people of true intelligence. Why? الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ. Those who remember their Lord, standing, sitting, lying down. Those who do not forget Allah. Those are the truly ulul albab. Wa akhiru da'wana